Okay, so picture this. You go to the dentist, right? And instead of like the usual poking and prodding, they whip out a digital twin of your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Not just a picture, but a full-on AI-powered simulation that can, like, predict cavities before they even show up. Wild, huh?
That's the dream, isn't it?
That's what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
We're talking about VFNet, this whole new AI thing that's, well, you sent over this research
Yeah.
straight from the Transactions of Machine Learning research.
Hot off the press. It's pretty exciting stuff.
So, VFNet, break it down for me. What's the big deal?
Okay, so VFNet stands for variational folding net. And the folding part is key here.
Okay.
Because it's all about how this AI folds and manipulates 3D data, especially for tricky shapes like, teeth.
Right, those aren't exactly simple shapes.
No, they're not. And that's why we use these things called point clouds.
Coin clouds, yeah. I was reading about those.
So think of a 3D scan, like what your dentist might take.
Right.
That scan is really a massive collection of tiny dots, each one representing a point on the tooth surface.
Okay, so like a super detailed connect the dots.
Exactly. And VFNet is really, really good at understanding and processing those dots, those point clouds. But here's the kicker. VFNet doesn't just see a jumble of dots.
It sees the bigger picture.
It creates this one-to-one correspondence. Every single point in the scan has a matching twin in the AI's digital model.
Whoa, so every little nook and cranny.
Yep, it's like having a digital fingerprint of your tooth down to the microscopic level.
That's insane. But why does that even matter? I mean, what's so special about this one-to-one thing?
Well, because that one-to-one mapping is what lets the AI understand the shape of the tooth at a way deeper level than we've seen before.
Okay.
So let's say a dentist only has a partial scan of a tooth, maybe because of braces or something blocking the view.
Right, that happens all the time.
VFNet can take that incomplete data and still create an incredibly accurate 3D model. It can basically fill in the blanks.
Like AI dental x-ray vision or something?
Yeah, kinda. But it goes even further than just reconstructing teeth. Get this. VFNet can actually generate completely new teeth from scratch.
Wait, what? Hold on. Generate. As in design and create a whole new tooth.
You got it. And this is where it gets really interesting.
Wow, it's like teaching an AI to speak tooth, giving it the ability to design new teeth that are both unique and anatomically correct. That's mind-blowing. But what really fascinates me is the potential impact this could have on our understanding of teeth themselves. We're talking about representation learning here, right? Like teaching the AI to see beyond the surface and understand the fundamental blueprint of a tooth.
Exactly. VFNet isn't just processing shapes, it's learning to decipher the underlying code of what makes a tooth a tooth. It can analyze a tooth and identify the specific features and relationships that make it unique, distinguishing it from millions of others.
So it's almost as if VFNet is developing its own dental intuition, recognizing patterns and variations that even a trained dentist might miss. Does that mean it could potentially predict dental problems before they even become visible?
That's the exciting part. While we're not quite at the point of AI dentists making diagnoses, VFNet's ability to analyze and interpret these subtle features could revolutionize how we approach preventative dental care. Imagine a world where your dentist could say, based on the unique characteristics of your teeth and their wear patterns, we might want to keep an eye on this particular area.
That would be incredible. No more surprise cavities or unexpected root canals. But let's be realistic. Every new technology has its limitations. What are some of the challenges facing VFNet? What's the catch?
You're right, no technology is perfect, and VFNet does have areas where it can improve. One thing the researchers noted is that, like many AI models, VFNet tends to smooth out some details in its reconstructions.
So it's like an overzealous editor using a smoothing filter on a high-resolution photo. You might lose some of the finer details in the process.
That's a great analogy. And while a little smoothing might be fine for some applications, it's not ideal when you need absolute precision. For example, if you're creating a crown, even the tiniest imperfections on a tooth's surface can impact its fit and comfort. In those cases, human expertise is still essential to make sure things are perfect.
That makes sense. It's a good reminder that even the most advanced AI still benefits from the guidance and experience of human professionals. So what other limitations are we talking about? What can't VFNet do yet?
Well, right now, VFNet is exceptionally good at working with teeth or objects that share similar shapes and structural complexities. It's learned the language of teeth so well that it has a bit of an accent when it comes to anything too different.
So we shouldn't expect it to start designing bridges or dentures anytime soon.
Not without some significant tweaks and further training. VFNet has what's called an inductive bias towards teeth-like shapes. It's like trying to teach a master chef who specializes in Italian cuisine to suddenly whip up authentic Thai food. They have the skills and knowledge, but they'd need to adapt and learn new techniques.
That's a great way to put it. It highlights the importance of understanding both the strengths and the limitations of any new technology, especially in a field as intricate as dentistry. But even with those limitations, VFNet still represents a huge leap forward.
Absolutely. This research is pushing the boundaries of what we thought possible with AI in dentistry. Even if VFNet itself isn't designing dentures tomorrow, the underlying technology and the knowledge it's unlocking are incredibly valuable.
So where do we go from here? What's next for dental AI?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
And no pressure, but I'm hoping you have the answer.
Well, while I don't have a crystal ball, I can tell you that this field is evolving rapidly. We're going to see AI playing an increasingly important role in every aspect of dentistry, from diagnosis and treatment planning to the actual creation of dental prosthetics.
And hopefully making those prosthetics even more comfortable and lifelike.
Exactly. Imagine dentures that not only fit perfectly but also feel like your natural teeth, or implants that integrate seamlessly with your jawbone thanks to AI-guided design and surgical techniques.
Okay, now you're just getting me excited. This is seriously cool stuff. But before we get too carried away dreaming about the future, I have one final question that's been bugging me.
Go for it.
This whole idea of AI generating teeth got me thinking, if it can learn to do that digitally, could it one day learn to actually grow teeth? Like in a lab, maybe even bioprinting them?
Now, that is a fascinating thought. And while it might sound like science fiction, the reality is that bioprinting technology is advancing rapidly.
So we could be on the verge of a world where we can just print out new teeth whenever we need them.
It's certainly within the realm of possibility. This research on VFNet and the FDI-16 dataset is just one piece of the puzzle. But when you combine it with the rapid advancements in bioprinting and material science, it's not hard to imagine a future where we can regenerate teeth just as easily as we can repair or replace them today.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's definitely something to chew on. Well, on that note, I think we've officially reached peak mind blown for one episode.
I'd say that's a good place to wrap up.
To our listener, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of dental AI. It's a field with incredible potential, and we can't wait to see what breakthroughs emerge next. Until then, keep those pearly whites sparkling and those brainwaves buzzing.
And don't forget to floss.